And hello and welcome everyone to another edition of the Daily 8 on the News 8 Live Desk. I'm Phil Penarski here with the top 8 stories that we think you need to be all knowing about as we get set to kick off the work week. Again, this is Monday, the Monday edition of the Daily 8. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Hopefully you got to enjoy the nice weather. It was a little bit better than what we're seeing out right now, and we're going to be getting into your Monday forecast with the help of Storm Teammate in just a little bit. But first, we do have to cover, again, these top stories, and that includes getting ready for the primary election, which is set to kick off tomorrow. News 8 is, of course, your local election headquarters, and that couldn't be more true as we do inch closer to as we get closer to November. But before that, we do need to talk about the primaries that are happening tomorrow. It's happening tomorrow, and we will have crews all out in our coverage area, bringing you the latest on some of the most impactful races, and we'll also be bringing you the final results as they do come in on woodtv.com as well. But we also have a few stories right now that you can find on our website that detail a little bit more on the candidates running for several key races to get you to know a little bit more about them before you cast your vote. And in some other national news, Vice President Kamala Harris is also expected to make her vice presidential selection as she runs for the White House this November. We will have the news whenever it does come down later on this week, as well as I mentioned, those full election results that can all be found on woodtv.com in real time. And we turn now to a pretty bizarre story out of Grand Rapids that took place this weekend. Michigan State police troopers attempted to arrest a woman after responding to a domestic call on Saturday. During the course of that arrest, though, the woman reportedly bit a trooper and was able to shimmy out of her handcuffs before stealing a patrol car. She then led troopers on a chase before she ultimately crashed and was then taken back into custody. The trooper who was bit was treated at a local hospital for minor injuries, and we have confirmed with MSP today that the woman has been charged with 4 total felonies, including assaulting a police officer. And from one crazy story to the next, we have been hearing reports about a possible alligator being spotted in Crockery Lake recently. There haven't been any confirmed instances of the gator in the lake, but there have been more than a few people who say they have spotted it in and around the area, and now people are starting to look for it. Bill Steffen even got in on the action this weekend, keeping an eye out for the reptile. You can find out more on that in this week's Bill's blog. He said that he didn't catch a glimpse during his time out there, though, but the search does continue. Our very own Megan Bunchman is going to be out there today in hopes of getting some answers. And we head to Paris now, where the Olympic Games are now entering their second week of competition. Sports director Jack Doles has been busy. He's been out there bringing us incredible coverage throughout the Games. He even got a one-on-one interview with archer Brady Ellison right after he took home silver in archery this weekend. Ellison missed out on gold by just 5 millimeters, but his spirits were pretty high as he was talking to Jack, though. He says that he's trying to stay positive as he takes aim at gold in the 2028 LA Olympics. Again, that's coming up in about 4 years. So definitely looking forward to see Brady continue his success and possibly go for gold in about 4 years. And sticking with sports, the West Michigan Whitecaps will hold a Negro League Appreciation Night on Thursday at LMCU Ballpark. The team will honor the Grand Rapids Black Sox and other teams that helped break baseball's color barrier. But who were those athletes who put it all out there on and off the field? Well, News 8's Matt Jarowski did a deep dive on the team's history in the area in this week's Sunday Story. From some of the top players to the lasting legacy of the Black Sox, the story covers it all, and you can find it on woodtv.com right now. And we are currently tracking the latest developments on Hurricane Debby, which made landfall in Florida earlier this morning. There is a major flood threat now for much of the area as the storm continues its path and will likely continue up the eastern coast of the United States in Georgia and the Carolinas. Officials say that the storm picked up a bit of strength before actually making landfall, with winds at about 80 miles per hour around 4:30 this morning. The weather is a little bit different in our neck of the woods, thankfully, though. For more on that, let's send it now over to Storm Teammate meteorologist Scott Larson with a look at your Monday forecast.
Good morning on this Monday. It's a warm and humid start to our day. We've also been tracking a few showers and thunderstorms continuing to flare up. We'll watch those mainly developing south of I-96 as we go through the remainder of this morning. A few of those could present the chance of severe weather with large hail and damaging winds. There is a marginal risk, category 1 out of 5, for seeing some of those stronger storms occur. So make sure to stay weather aware, especially as we advance toward lunchtime today when those storms are expected to flare up. Let's get a look at the high temperatures expected around the region. region, ranging from the upper 70s in Ludington to the mid-80s toward Kalamazoo and I-94. When you account for the humidity, though, it's going to feel quite a bit warmer than that. We could have the heat index in Grand Rapids peak near 90 degrees this afternoon as we hang on to that chance of some scattered showers and storms. Some more storms expected to filter through the area tonight. That's going to bring in some much cooler and drier air through the extended forecast, as it looks like dew points will sink into the upper 50s and lower 60s in the coming days.
All right, thanks, Scott. And we have one more story for everyone today. Meet Andrew Warren. He's a junior at East Kentwood High School, and you can probably tell that he loves to play the saxophone, and he's pretty darn good at it, too. He recently went viral on social media for an incredible performance during his jazz band's concert, and everyone was amazed by his skills at such a young age. He says he loves to play music any chance he gets, at home, at school, at church. He even got a chance to play at camps in France, Germany, and Denmark this summer, and you can actually hear some of his incredible talents right now. We have the full story on our website, woodtv.com. And that's where you can find all of these stories and so much more at any time of the day. And again, that is probably going to wrap it up for us here on the Daily 8. I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in to this latest edition. Don't worry, we'll be back again tomorrow with a few more stories for you to know about as you get the day started. Again, I'm Phil Penarski, and I hope that everybody has a great rest of their day, and we'll hopefully see you next time.